Nina, we've just beat Palace 2-1. I don't know what it is about me, but I just wasn't optimistic today. I didn't feel like we were going to get the result after such a long spell without actually playing. But the players proved me wrong. They proved a lot of us wrong today. What are your thoughts on the game?
No, I agree with you. I didn't think we were going to win that game either. When we conceded so early in the first half as well, it was just like, oh, like not again, like surely not. You know, we came today like we haven't watched us play for like a good couple of weeks, and I was optimistic. Like I thought, do you know what? It's time to actually get a win. I want to call it, like, obviously we've got 3 points. It's great, but I want to call it a sloppy win, because how many like 2-1 games have we had now? That's probably around 3, and I call it a sloppy win because we equalised, but then it took so long to just try and find that second goal. But anyways, on the brighter side, what impactful substitutions from Potter. I mean, like I said, probably people are going to come for me because I bad-mouthed Pulisic last game, but he got an assist when he came on, and what a screamer from Gallagher. I mean, he's that player. He came on and he just looked hungry for it. We need those players that are going to come on and are actually going to want to make a difference, because when we equalised, it kind of looked like we were just trying to survive in that game, like we were just going to take the 1-1, which isn't good enough for us, and especially in a time now where we've dropped so many points in the Premier League, we can't afford to be losing and dropping any more points if we want to be in the top, in the title, well, not in the title race, in the race for top 4, because we're not in the title race.
Don't get carried away.
Don't get carried away. Sorry, I'm just still taken away by Gallagher's goal, but no, it was great to see that 2 substitutions won us that game. Again, like really, really key, so great from Potter. I think our defence looked really good as well today. I mean, obviously Thiago Silva, for once actually, like the VAR and refs were like on our side, because I mean, do you know what, like even if he did deserve to get sent off, for once, like we actually deserve to bloody have that in our favour. So
do you not think though, like, because I think he got it right. I generally think the referee did the right thing, because when a player falls down, I know he probably did take the mickey a little bit sticking his arm out, but surely you've got to give the player the benefit of the doubt.
No, certainly, and I think I need to rewatch that situation anyway. But regardless, he didn't get sent off, which was good. He had a really good. I thought Fofana had a really good game as well today. I mean, he even tried to push forward and make crosses and try and get us up there, because kind of midfield was lacking again today. I think when Jorginho came off, we looked a lot more quicker, sort of transitioning from midfield to attack, which is something that we're not used to seeing, because we tend to like really slow down the ball, like even the drive when we get to midfielders. And but again, like today, I thought even Mount, Havertz as well, like Havertz was trying to get up there a little bit more, and like he had good runs. Again though, would like to see more from him, but Aubameyang, I mean, is he fit? He is fit, because like I said, not many chances were created, but when one chance is created, you want to get that ball in the net, and that's what he did. So fair play to him. I mean, great to see that from him, and that's why we signed him. We finally need to get strikers on the score sheet, just strikers, please, just whoever it may be, Sterling or Aubameyang, but really, really good from him. I think Sterling as well, I think he took a bit too many touches at times. I think sometimes he just needs to kind of look up and just shoot, because that's what we need, because by the time he's taken those touches, he's already got 3 or 4 players on his back, and he loses the ball and it just goes straight back. A little bit less back passing today, which was good to see, because we want to be getting up there a lot more, but certainly, I mean, it did look like, I thought that game was going to end 1-1, but Gallagher, what a goal from him. I mean, not just that he scored, but the goal that he scored, I think that's just going to go down as probably like one of the greatest goals we've seen in the season, like up until now especially. But no, really, really good. Yeah. Lovely.
No, good analysis. I mean, you've answered a lot of the questions I was going to ask anyway. Going back, obviously, we know Silva and Fofana was that pairing that the centre-back pairing that Potter decided to go with.
Yeah.
Apparently there might be a few issues with Koulibaly being injured anyway. Having said that, it seems like Potter might be settling with those 2 players anyway. Do you think that Koulibaly's going to break into it? Do you feel like there's any changes you'd want to see in that position, or are you happy seeing those 2 players?
No, I'm really happy. I'm happy, but also having Koulibaly means that we've actually got depth as well. It means that we have other options as well. If anything, like God forbid, Silva or Fofana get injured and stuff, we actually have that backup, and that's what we've been trying to get. Because recently it's been, before before the transfer window, we didn't have actually that many options, but now we do, and it's good to see. So of course I'm happy with Fofana and Silva. I mean, clearly it produces. We have they had like great clearances themselves. As individual performances as well, they're really spot on. Obviously Silva as well, he got up there, he got an assist today, and that's what we want to see. But obviously I'd love for Koulibaly to get some playing time as well, so I don't know if it's a case of him, I mean, if he is injured, then of course I'd hope to see him in a future starting lineup, but he equally deserves to start. I think he's a little bit more aggressive as well, which maybe is a little bit of a concern in terms of he's already been sent off once, so I think that may be a little bit concerning. But regardless, he's an amazing defender as well. But it's nice to see that we're actually getting some depth, and to see rotations is going to be good, because we don't want to be predictable. We're not going to be predictable, so I think definitely it's looking good solid wise. Yeah.
And in terms of man of the match, who do you think is taking that?
Oh no, God. I'm sorry, it just has to be him. I mean, I know he only played for 10 minutes, but he won us that game.
Reece James?
No, Reece James. I feel like Reece James is just one of those players where I don't even need to touch upon. Like, we just know that he's solid. Like, even like with crosses and one-on-one as well, like he's not afraid to take players one-on-one, which a lot of our other players are. Like Havertz especially. I think Havertz is a little bit scared to like take players one-on-one. Sometimes he'll just turn his back and pass it back, kind of leave the responsibility to someone else. But Reece James is not scared of that. Like, he's got great physique, he's got good composure on the ball, and he knows that once he's got the ball, he's keeping it safe. And we've seen it, and I have no like worries whatsoever surrounding him. So yeah, no, of course, brilliant game for him, and I think it goes without saying really what Reece James is like for us. So yeah.
And just my last point, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, we saw them playing England and Germany, and I said we've got to build a team around these boys. I mean, from what I saw in that game, there's so much creativity, so much quality. What is missing at Chelsea that they're getting at international level? Or, where is it that we can get the best out of them? Because really, we didn't see their best today. Mm-hmm. So how are we going to... Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, no, I do get where you're coming from. I think with playing for your national team, I think there's slightly, I don't want to say like a greater kind of hunger and passion to prove yourself out there. And like you said, we haven't really seen that at Chelsea, but I'm hoping, it will come. I'm hoping it will come because, like I said, Havertz today, he did try to get up there a lot. And I know I said in like the previous games that we played that he hasn't been his best, but even Mount especially, Mount was switching it as well. Like, he tried to sort of bring in like kind of, I don't want to say creativity, because it wasn't that creative, but kind of like a different idea for attack, which was nice to see. But I'm hoping that just with time, like let Potter kind of settle in with the players to find a system that works. They're playing in the positions that they play best in anyway, so I think it's just a case of time, just giving them that time. And I think Mount will get his assist soon as well, because that's just Mason Mount. But I think it will come from there. But yeah, again, like I'd like to see that, because as much as we like to see him score for their national teams and of course England, I want them to score for our club as well.
Come on, boys. We need some goals and assists.
We do.
Pleasure.